Yo, beautiful people, this Nate here.
It's Kev.
And yo, we are Games Music Life. This is the Games Music Life podcast, episode 361.
Yes, sir.
Yes, got it. What's up, man?
Brother, it's so cold, man. I don't like this.
It ain't got cold yet.
I don't like this.
Enjoy this 52 degree weather because Thursday is going to be 25.
We already had them couple of 25, 30 days, man. Like, we already in the thick of it. We just caught a break these next 2 days or whatever.
Yeah, but the Ohio break, like I said, it'd be like 52 degrees, man. So like I'll take it for now. But all I know is I looked at that thing for Thursday and it said 28. Don't go outside is what it said. That's what it said. Yeah. Don't go outside. I'm not going outside anyway. But 25 with snow, like come on, man.
Pure pain.
I ain't trying to deal with that, man. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Hey, it's winter in Ohio though, man. But hey, Christmas coming up real fast, ain't it?
I know.
Whew.
It is. It struck me. Boy. It did sneak up on me too. I hit you up today. I asked for some tutelage and gift buying. What we doing for the wives this year? And you answered as well as I thought you would. That we have no idea, and we're kind of just winging it. So, which is a good place to be in. I'll say winging it's a good thing because sometimes you look up into giving a gift and you're just like, man, I really looked up. If you only knew, I didn't know what the hell was going on.
Nah, hey, listen. This year, I think we both just kind of waved the white flag, like, hey, man. I don't know. And like,
really?
I mean, it was kind of one of the things where we both kind of look at each other like, well, what would you like? And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
you reached the end game.
Yeah. It's like, I'm not going to stress about this too much. You know what I'm saying? Hey, life is good. Good. So I ain't going to stress about it, but we have a good time, man. We figure it out. But yeah. As far as buying gifts, cooked.
I'm gonna tell you, Christmas. Like I've given up the fact of knowing Christmas is the go holiday, but I do think that Thanksgiving wears the body out. And when I say that is because we toyed around with the idea of having a Christmas get together. Because I will remember, I think you and Toy used to have a get together for Christmas, and we used to do it. Oh, it was so fun. I remembered it, and we toyed around with it. We talked it out. It was okay. We're going to invite this person, but if we invite this person, we got to invite this person. And then I was like, nah, forget it. Yeah, I was like, I'm not doing it because it just was a whole other production, bro. Then I got to think about, okay, it's going to cost this amount of dollars to do it. I'm like, nah, that means somebody getting something for Christmas. You know what? Scrap this whole idea. We'll tack it again in 2026.
Hey, yeah. Well, we thought about bringing it back, and then we was just kind of like, First of all, because we live in the boonies, and I always feel bad. Like, I wouldn't want to have people out here, especially if the weather was a little sketchy or whatever. It's like, don't come out here if the weather gets sketchy. You ain't built for this out here. So you gotta make that, you know what I'm saying, journey a couple times, really have your legs under you, you know what I'm saying? Before you come out here, if the weather is treacherous or if it get dark. So it's like, we was kind of like, and then some other things came up. We was like, we're going to scrap it for this year. But soon, man, we'll bring it back. We're going to bring it back.
Yeah, we say that. And we might be having the same conversation next year. Like I said, 2026, we're going to revisit it. I'm going past 2025. I think, so I'm trying to, as far as next year, because like the thing that I like but don't like is the fact that we have our own tradition for Thanksgiving. Just like now, you guys have your own Thanksgiving tradition now. Mm-hmm. So now it's kind of like ingrained. So now you got to think like, did you pigeonhole yourself of it being in your house every year? Which I don't mind. I don't mind it, but I'll be honest with you, it ain't stressful, but it's still a bunch of work, you know?
It's a little tough, man. It do get a little tough, don't it? You know what I'm saying? Like, just, even though I will say this year was the smoothest. Like now, I think we finally got it down to a science where it was like this year was super smooth. Everything was clicking on all cylinders. It was no problem. But it is a lot of work, man. Your back be hurting, knees cracking. You know what I'm saying? You're cleaning the whole house, man, cooking all the whole meal. By the time everybody leave, man, you just want to stretch out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. But then it's like if you play an away game, then you got to run the risk of going to everybody's house and like everybody don't cook the same. Like I know if I'm coming to your crib, I know the food gonna be good. It's gonna hit.
There you go.
Because nothing's gonna piss me off more if I go somewhere for like a big holiday, whether it be Thanksgiving. First of all, the unwritten rule with Thanksgiving, not just anybody can make the greens. Not just anybody can make the macaroni and cheese. This is not the time of year to experiment. Don't be trying a new recipe that you saw on TikTok. Stick to what you know. And if you don't stick to that, you don't get to make anything. You know what I'm saying? I remember one year, bro, I'm not going to say who it was. They made a sweet potato pie. It might have been the worst sweet potato pie I've ever had in my life. Like I literally took it, the whole pie. I ate one piece of it. I did the family a solid and put that boy upside down trash.
Hey, offline, you got to tell me who that was.
I will. I'll tell you who it was. Because to this day, I looked at him differently. Like I looked at him like, I thought you could go. I thought that was it. And I was like,
nah.
No.
Just let me ask you, did it taste like potpourri?
It didn't taste like potpourri. I don't know what it tasted like. Kev. Like, first of all, it was the same color as Wolverine's hand. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
That's the same
nah.
color it was.
Oh,
Like,
nah.
so, like, this is sweet potatoes or is this potatoes? Like, did you make potato pie?
You made mashed potato pie up in here. Like,
Yeah,
nah, we ain't want this.
like, what is this mess? Like, it took me a minute. I didn't talk to him for like 6 months, man. Like, I'm not. What you did to that pie, man, which is ungodly, right?
And then you had the nerve to bring it here.
Oh, and bring it like, I mean, because if you want to bring something to a party, that's like your go-to.
Don't play with mashed. Yeah, don't play with the sweet potato pie though. Like,
No.
now I'm excited. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I heard this
exactly.
in the house. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to it. I'm thinking it's gonna be one thing. It's the other.
It's the other. Right, it's the other way. So now I'm disappointed. Now I'm mad because I told my wife not to make it because you said you were making it. And then you made one.
Now look, I got her cooking the day of Thanksgiving.
Yeah, now I got my baby. Like, she's feeling guilty making me sweet potato pies in December. You know?
That ain't right.
No. So that's what you run the risk if you do an away game. So that's why we always do home games, man. 'Cause I know my wife's cooking gonna be immaculate. And if I ever go anywhere, I'm gonna go y'all's crib. I know you gonna put your foot in whatever you cook,
you already
man.
know.
So,
yeah, you already know. You know what I mean? You already had enough test runs to already know. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Seasoned,
yeah.
seasoned in the, you know what I'm saying?
Oh no,
kitchen.
you are. I give like, here's the thing. I'll give you credit. I don't like, sometimes I will I don't like giving you too much because then you end up running with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I give you credit where it's due. I'm be on your head pause later about Black Myth Wukong. Shout out to Jay. We're gonna talk about that later. But
listen,
you know what?
bro.
Let's also transition into that now. Let's start like we always do. What we've been playing. What have you not been playing, bro?
I've not been playing anything. I think last thing I played was.
Why you scratching the back of your neck though?
Well, listen, because I'm gonna tell you what I make it so bad is I be having every intention, bro. I literally be having every intention, but every time I'm like, man, I'm gonna go play the game and be like, well, before I do that, I should do this, and then you know what I'm saying, that one thing snowball into the next, and the next, and then next thing I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? I'm sleepy. I don't want to go play no video game. I'm tired. I want to go lay down. I want to get in the bed.
I'm gonna chalk it up to the sun. I'm gonna chalk it up to this time of year. I'm not gonna give you a hard time about it. I thought about it when you first said, like, man, the sun's going down. Ain't no big deal, man. You can stay up, fam. When that sun goes down, okay, there is something internally that says go to sleep. Like this thing is over. And in the house, like, okay, so I'm sure in your home there's things that it's not any rules as far as like gender rules. Like you do certain things that your wife doesn't. In our home, I put the dogs up at night. I don't care if I'm deathly tired, like, right? She is not trying to put those dogs up. I am going to do it. So I already know it's a process, you know, when the kids go to bed, you know, getting them down as far as go to, and our kids are really good about going to sleep, but the dogs is like, I got to put them up because anytime you run the event of leaving them out, I already know one of the dogs at 2 a.m. is going to randomly hear something. They're going to run and bark. And I'm woke. Now I got to go put them up. So I'm putting them up. But, you know, I understand that. So that's a whole process I have to go through in order to wind down myself to get down. And when that sun goes down, bro, I mean, some nights the dogs look up at me like, hey, it's 9 o'clock, bro. Just go ahead and give up. Just go ahead and put us up. You know what I'm saying? I try to make it to 11 every night just because I know we get them up early in the morning. But man, I say all that to say, I understand. I'm giving you a pass in the fact of that. I know you want to play. Your intentions are there to play. But your body giving up, man. I get it.
Listen, I'm going to tell you what, like, bro, you crawling in bed at 9:30, not unheard of. Okay.
I already know.
I'm going to. Hey, man, I'm gonna watch the Monday night game.
Please. No, I told you, bro. I'm gonna tell you. I told you those Wemby games they gotta change the time zone for Texas just for us because I'm never gonna see one of those games. It just comes on too late, man. You know,
bro,
that
TV
ain't West Coast
watching
time. Oh,
TV
right,
watching me.
You're right. I hit the timer. I'm like, I already know this TV gonna be off. You know what's bad too? It's like you ever lay down and then like you I don't know if your TV you have a time like an hour, half hour. I always go to a half. I already know a half hour.
Oh, wow.
It makes,
you already know you cooked.
I'm out. I'm cooked. Once I see the Golden Girls, she can't go to sleep with the volume being loud, so she'll turn it all the way down to like maybe 7 or 8. I'm like, first of all, you gotta like hold your breath to hear the volume. You know what I mean? So like I know when that happens, my baby's cooked. She's about to be out in like 20 minutes, and I'm right behind her. I already know when I see Blanche laughing, something going on. 30 minutes, babe. And I've never made it past that point. I've never seen the TV go off, so I know. I'm a perfect soldier, man.
I'll be done. And listen, that'd be the other part too, man. My wife be going down real fast. Like, yeah, like so we be like laying on the couch, like watching the show, man. Next thing I know, I hear her sleep. I'm like, all right, well, go ahead, turn this off. Let's go ahead, head on upstairs. You're like, no, I'm watching this. I'm like, no, you're not. I'm very sorry to tell you.
Is she trying to fight it too?
Oh yeah, well, she be thinking we're hanging out. She's like, okay. We're watching the show. No, I'm watching it. I'm like, nah. look, what I really be pointing out is like, you see, I turned the show off. So no,
Oh, right.
you're not watching the show.
See, I'm a jerk. What I'll do is I'll just start laughing. Oh man, that was crazy. Oh yeah, that was. Hey baby, nothing happened. Okay, I just want you to like, I literally just start doing this out of the blue. Take your butt to bed. Let's go. Get on upstairs. You go get to bed. You know. So that's a wash. So hold on. It's a wash. Ask. But I gotta ask this. How many hours of sleep do you require in a night?
Only 6. Okay. Like, so what ended up happening is like, yeah, I go get into bed at 9:30 or whatever, but bro, I end up waking up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. Oh, really? And I just be up like, all right.
See, I'm not one of those people that can just lay in bed. So like when I'm up, I'm up. I don't literally like linger in bed and like try to close my eyes again. I will get like you. I will get fully up. I'll drink a cup of coffee. Like I'll be up and then, or like it'll hit me later. Like I'll get up, brush my teeth the whole nine, and then I'm like I'm sleepy again. I'll jump back in bed and I'm asleep. It's not like lingering in the bed. My wife, she will literally like when she gets up, she has a process. Now, mind you, I'm glad that she doesn't have 50 million alarms. But if she's one of those people where she will lay in bed because I don't want to get out of bed yet. Now, it might hit a little different when it's cold out, but like once I'm up, bro, I get up. I'm up and I'm out.
Yeah, I'm up. Once I've accepted that I'm awake, and it just is what it is. I don't want to lay in the bed, like so. I get up, especially because it's like typically that means I want to do something. It's probably gonna be either a lot of light involved or a lot of noise. So let me just go ahead and remove myself. But nah,
it's the little things, that's the worst. Man.
Being up at 4 o'clock in the morning is the worst.
Oh, it is because it's a tough spot because I love natural light. I've expressed this to you. Like I love the natural sunlight, and there's nothing better than to like watch the sun come up, and then like that where the sun's not fully up, but it's morning time. You can open up the blinds a little bit, and I don't really like turning lights on at night. So my wife has like it's like a movie theater in my house. She has like night lights everywhere. Like my kids are the most spoiled kids, man. Like night lights are everywhere, which is I was against it at first, but I actually am on board with it now because at night it literally gives me my pathway, the runway to walk around this daggone house. For that very reason, you know what I'm saying? But like getting up at 4 a.m., you're right, because not much you can do. But to me, as a dad, it is the best time because before my supervisor, aka Dante, gets up, I literally am free to my own laurels. I can surf the web, and once he gets up, it's all off because he beelines it to me, Dad. Oatmeal, thinking maybe some eggs. Like, okay, go ahead and get to it. I get back to you in an hour. Like, just let me know when it's ready. You know, that type of thing.
Listen, you're a good dad because, like, listen, I'm gonna tell you what. First of all. I mean, this is a wash conversation, all the way wash. But when I was a kid, man, I think by the time I hit about 5 or 6, my mom was like, "All right, I'm not cooking for you anymore, so figure it out." She taught maybe I was like 8, but she taught me how to like cook eggs. She was like, "Here's how you cook eggs. Don't mess it up. There's food in the fridge. I'm done."
Really? Well, okay. But I will say this though, like the way that our parents raised us. They set us up. I think that gave us a lot of the core skills that we have today. But with that being said, friends, we had chores. We had to do our laundry, fold our own laundry, all those things. My kids don't see none of that. None of that. Yeah. Like we were still folding up laundry. We get mountains of laundry. We were putting it up, they'll put it away. We'll fold it and everything. We'll wash it. So that's where I think it's a bit different, just parenting wise.
Oh, and no. Like, it was just a different time altogether. Because I mean, different time. Could you imagine letting your kids cook?
Absolutely not. I love my home too much. Like absolutely not. Like I mean, one egg might take this whole house down.
Exactly. So no. Exactly. So
I'm talking about a hard boiled egg.
Well, so the fact that you saying you be like 6, 7, 8 years old, it's like, hey, listen, man, I'm about to teach you how to cook a few key items. Then you're on your own. Like I will buy the groceries; they'll be here, but I'm not going to do it anymore. Like that's wild.
That's very wild.
You think about it, man. Like, listen. Staying home, like while your parents did the grocery shopping when you was like 8, that's that wild. Like, you know what I'm saying? When I was coming up, it's like, that's pretty regular, man. Like, you kind of knew the rules. Don't answer the door. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You could use the phone. If I call, make sure you answer. Cool. Yeah. And hey, listen, you knew that when they eventually they were going to return, and if that house wasn't in order when they returned, there's going to be some consequences to go along.
Consequences, right? No, for sure. Don't let you open up that door.
Bro, so it's kind of like leaving you at home really wasn't no problem. You know what I'm saying? It's like you knew what's up. Everybody knew the rules. I couldn't imagine leaving the kids at home by themselves.
No, because the internet's a thing. I remember one day when I was still in the office, the little kids came home, and mind you, the overlap from them coming home to me coming home was probably like a half hour. So it's about a half hour of where they were home by themselves before Dad got home. So in that half hour, they called my mom. told my mom they were home alone. She proceeded to grill me about it. I'm like, I had to like FaceTime my mom and like know how to do screen share and show her the cameras in my house.
Yeah, I was
show
gonna say,
her
your cameras in the house.
Bro, I had to like zoom in from the door camera to the, because you know you can see the kid's school from my front door. So I had to zoom in and show, you see that little dot right there? That's the kid's school. So I can see them walk out the front door of school all the way home. I had to like explain myself as a grown man to my mom about this. And this is what they were home for a half hour. Mind you, when I was young in their age, the things that I did, I walked across one of the busy, Frogger was a real life thing to me. Because I walked across one of the busiest streets to go to the store for people in the house, you know, while I lived in Jersey. So so like it's a different time, man. Totally different.
Listen, man, I remember walking across the street to the corner store, go to Dairy Queen and all that, man. We was little kids, like, but it was no problem. You know what I'm saying? But like nowadays, nah, I don't think that could fly. But that's crazy because like these kids, they got cell phones, like they got everything.
They got everything.
You could literally virtually be with them the entire time, and yet and still, we do not trust them enough.
No, absolutely
we do not think that they have what it takes.
It is our fault.
Y'all not built for this.
No, they're not. They're not built for this. You ever went to the store and bought cigarettes when you was 12 years old for your grandma? No, you're not. No,
you're not built for this life. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, speaking of, have your kids ever had to go and buy something themselves yet?
No.
Like, have you ever like sent them into like the gas station? Like, all right, listen.
No, absolutely not.
Put 20 on. Well, you know what I'm saying? Put 20 on 5 or whatever. Like, But that's what I'm saying. Like, you probably did that when you were 6 years old.
Oh, absolutely. It was nothing. Oh, it was nothing. Yeah. And I grew up and I understood how that worked. But even expecting change back. I remember I took Khalees, she has some money. And she went to go buy, she's into makeup now. So we go to the store and the lady, now mind you, she has a concept of dollars and how dollars work and how to pay for money. And she gives the lady some money and then she starts to walk out. And I just stopped. Hey, babe, first of all, you gave the lady 20. The bill was like $10.55. I mean, she has to give you money back. So she's giving her too much money to give, and then she doesn't get back. I was like, look, okay, this is what I didn't realize. Like, my baby is not equipped with the skills, man, to understand how this works. She understands, hey, I want the product, give you the monies, you give me back whatever you think you should give me back. No, you got to know how much she's got to give you back. You got to know what to do. Like, you want to go get said thing. Dante doesn't have that at all. He just walks out. Like, yo, this is a store. My dad has a card. Whether he swipes or not, I don't care. I'm walking out with.
I'm out of here.
I'm like, all right. So I'm sorry. He wanted that. Let me swipe this. I can't be on one of those body cam videos because my son has stole some damn Skittles, man.
Bro,
you know?
I clearly remember being like 7 years old and like, you know what I'm saying, having to have full blown conversations with adults. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, you cut me a deal on this, right? So you saying if I buy 3, I get a 4th one for free, correct? All right, now don't be trying to play with me on the price. I was here last week. You're like, 7 years old,
right? Exactly.
Having a wheeling deal. Well, listen, but here would be the other side of that. My parents wasn't nowhere near me.
They sent you because they knew you could do it.
No, they didn't. I sent myself. Okay, I wanted whatever was at the Dairy Mart across the street, across Rock Road.
Okay.
By VGA.
Ooh.
By VGA.
Ooh, that's a busy street, man. You cross that street.
What?
I don't feel comfortable across that as an adult. You know what I'm saying?
Cross the street every day. You know what I'm saying? Hit up the little is it Dairy Mart? Ain't that what the store is called?
Dairy Mart, yeah.
Dairy Mart, yeah. It was a Dairy Mart right across the street. Man, I'll go over there, man. Go buy my little candy, all that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yes.
Yeah.
Pocket full of money. Yeah. Well, you know, pocket full of $5. But but yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? You really had to be out here moving and grooving, like just dealing with it. And the funniest part is like the adults didn't think it was weird either.
It was a different time, like you said.
Yeah,
it was a different time, bro. It was a different time. Hold on, before we get to our video games, you said you're not playing anything. I'm still finishing up Ragnarok. I'm on literally close to the end. Ragnarok's an amazing game, bro. Like I am so loving the game. I almost be sad when it finishes. Let me say that. But I wanted to ask you though, what is on your backlog? I know you haven't been playing anything. What's on your backlog gaming wise?
Nothing, man. Like I don't think there's anything maybe that Indiana Jones. Okay, so when I think of a backlog, this has to be games that I've already purchased. Like I'm just waiting to play. But like I don't really have no games that like I'm waiting to play. Like Wukong, I guess you could say that.
That's
I'm in the middle of that.
Yeah, that's,
you know
that's
what
your
I'm saying.
backlog.
I'm in the middle of that. You
Let me tell you, before you're not glossing over this either. The fact that you're saying the whole like, oh, I'm gonna finish it this week. I literally was about to send you some of the craziest memes when you said that. I'm like, you're pissing me off. Like, I knew what you were doing. Jay didn't know. Jay was a gentleman. Oh, Cam, go ahead and finish it. I want to say, bro, if you think he's finishing this game anytime soon,
I ain't about to play it.
Cam's been checked out.
I am going to finish. So last 2 weeks of the year, I'm off work, so I'm planning on finishing it.
Okay.
But only thing I can think, I'm like, man, Jay, how do you have all this time to play? Like, man, brother, like, you know what I'm saying?
He finds the time, man.
I don't have no time to play this game, man. What's up with you, dog?
No, he finds the time, bro. And shout out to Jay, man. I'm gonna tell you, we crossed paths at one of our daughters and Dante's singing. It was like a singing thing they did. They combined some of the schools, and Jay and them sat right behind us, and my guy was in the torture chamber. Them twins. Shout out to the twins, man. They was taking him through it. And I just laughed. Me and Shree just laughed because I'm like, we understand where you're at. Like our twins are now 9. So we understand the part you're at right now is what we laugh about. So yeah, I get it. But they had my man in a vice. They had him. Bro, they were trying to run the 2-man offense. They were trying to run that 3-man weave with 2 people. It didn't work. They was out there getting the body work. So yeah, shout out to Jay. So hold on, you don't have nothing on the backlog. I have was it the Harry Potter game? I remember I forgot I bought that. And then but now gotta mention it. I do have a backlog. I haven't bought it yet. I have means and ways.
There you go.
The Indiana Jones game. So a little bit of controversy came out. Yes, and a little bit of controversy came out before this game launched. Xbox actually came out and said they weren't allowing people to do reviews for it. So of course, me and you, our mind first go, this game must be buns.
Trash.
Because why would they do it? But then the reviews started coming out. And it was like, yo, this is a very good game. Everyone was saying it. From what I read, it's going to take a beastly computer to run it in Ultra. So I'm already kind of ticked off about that. But you can run it on very high settings. And first on OLED, it'll probably make it look a little better. But no, I think it's an Xbox win, bro. We got to give it up. I think it might be an Xbox win.
Listen, that's a win for me. I got an Xbox. I got a PC. Like, I'm down for, like, I don't want to see Xbox lose. I already invested the money with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But you know what, though? I forgot, too. It's free on Game Pass. I just remembered that. On Game Pass,
we don't have Game Pass, but that's cool.
We don't? I thought we did.
We do not. We listen. We got Game Pass Core. We got just enough to be able to play games online. That's it.
Okay. Well, there you go. Like, first of all, Xbox now. See, now I'm pissed off again. Like this is what gets me with Xbox though. Like, why don't you just give it? Why give me different tiers of Xbox? It's like, yo, just give it to me for free, man. Just see I'm a loyal customer. You know, like just give us the games, man. See, now I'm ticked off, man.
Man, listen, everything is you know what I'm saying, subscriptions as a service, man. Like that's all anybody trying to get over with anymore. And I'm gonna tell you what, I had Game Pass for 3 years, bro. I barely used it.
Yeah,
I barely used it. So
that is true. That's why I got rid of it for that very reason. Like, it would be a game here and there, and I refuse to buy it. The thing I don't like, the nasty part I don't like about it is the fact that I can only play these games as long as I have Game Pass. So the minute I stop paying for Game Pass, I can't play these games anymore. It just seems like it's not right. That's why the subscription services gets on my nerves, man. And I think at some point they got to revisit that to kind of understand. Like, maybe like give me like a discount because you did have Game Pass at some point or something. But like, I don't like that I got to pay a monthly subscription to
and it's like, well, it's like $20 a month, like, bro. Like, I can't give it to it. Like, if I can't give you this $20 a month if all you're giving me is Farm Simulator and maybe one good title a year. Okay, well, I think a lot of them games was trash. Like, if we just being all the way honest, it was a whole lot of filler. It
definitely was. Like Flight Simulator. Listen, I agree with y'all. Like, the only reason I wanted to play Flight Simulator, shout out to I can say shout out, but like, I feel bad for 9/11. The only reason why I did was want to go like fly my planes around the World Trade Center. That's the only reason why I wanted to go play that game. And I was like, yeah, I know, it's crazy, but that's the only reason why I thought about really wanting to play that game. Like, how realistic is it? Because what I heard was that if you did it, like it was kind of realistic. But yeah,
you're gonna be on a list, brother. You about to be on a list, man. You've been up here talking all about how much you love Mario. You know what I'm saying? Now you talking about, you know what I'm saying? Only reason you want to play Flight Simulator. Like,
that's the only reason why I wanted to. As you said, I've never installed it. I've never played it. So they can come for me if they want. But no, so with Xbox though, man, they gotta, and the thing is, I think they're putting out some pretty decent games as of yet. I just will never play them. And now I hope that Indiana Jones is another one, although I do have it on means. So
hey, there you go. Listen, I'm gonna tell you what, like these last few weeks, man, it's really been kind of like testing me as a gamer. Like, I'm like, man, have I fallen out of love with gaming? And I'm like, I don't think so. Like, I don't think so. But like every time I'm about to crank, I'm gonna be all the way real. It's like every time I'm about to crank it up, man, my wife got a great idea for us, and so we just end up doing that instead. Or I feel the guilt of it being like, all right, I'm gonna go play this game, but then it's like, you know what I'm saying, she give me the puppy dog eyes, you know what I'm saying, the lip poked out. I'm like, all right, never mind.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you, man, I've tried to turn my wife to a gamer. We've been together for a very long time now, and you've been together with your wife for a very long time, and I'm pretty sure you've tried as well. And you can find little niche games to play, whether it be a Mario Kart, whether it might be Miss Pac-Man or something like that, The Sims, something like that. But until they are like, if they ever were gamers, you're never gonna get out of that guilt. You know, you got to kind of break away. You know, you gotta have. Okay, I'm gonna coach you through this. You gotta have super fun wife day. Okay, the day before you're about to play your game, the day before you might say, on Saturday I'm going to play the game, or Sunday I'm going to play the game. You'll go to church, whatever. After that, I'm going to play the game. Saturday, the day before, you got to do everything she wants to do. You got to put every resource in, every this, but you got to set the precedent. Like, hey, tomorrow I'm going to play the video game.
That's the real problem. Is it's like, it's not her. Like, it's literally it's me. She be like, babe, why don't you go play the game? You've been saying you want to play. Like, go play. Like, we don't have nothing to do, nothing important. Man, go play your game. I'll be like, okay, yeah, let's just do this real quick. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, 4 hours in pass. I'm like, all right, I'm tired now. I'm sleepy. So
I think you just got to do it. I think you just got to just say you're going to do it and just commit to it. You know?
I'm fired up one of these days. Like, Wukong, I'm going to get back. I'm going to fire. Listen, I'm telling you, I'm off the last 2 weeks of the year. I'm firing it up. I'm going to finish it. Okay. I'm going to finish it then. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I have been questioning my own love for the game anymore. I'm like, man, have I fallen? And bro, here be the worst part. I really be on my computer. Like, so I'll be sitting at my desk, like on my computer. I'll be like, man, I ought to fire up the game. And I'll be like, that feels like a big commitment. Power down, go to bed.
No, I think that's where you're just, I don't know what to really put, because I've been there too, where it's like it takes more energy to fire the game up than to like, you have intention. Like, I want to play. Yeah, that's when you have this back and forth between yourself. Like, I really want to play, but
but I'm on the auction site, you know what I'm saying? I got in a rabbit hole. I'm Googling something, man. You know what I'm saying? I started watching the YouTube video that I was playing in the background. I got a whole little thing going on now. Yeah.
Right. Once you get like 3 or 4 tabs open, it's a wrap. Like, I'm not playing the game. I'm not playing. All right, man. So we gotta talk about this college football playoffs, man. Your Buckeyes, right?
Yes, sir.
They're gonna play Tennessee as the first game. And when everything was first announced, first of all, I'm not really too bought in on this 12 team playoff. I'm not really bought into it as of yet, because I don't think they still got it right this year. I still think it's gonna take some tweaking, but they gave the shaft to Oregon. I think they gave them a hard path. You know, and I think they gave Ohio State a hard path.
They got a first round bye, but yeah, them having to play us potentially play us in the second round. I was like, dang,
they're the number 1 seed. They should have the easiest path there. They earned that right.
That's what I said too. I'm like, wait a second. How's their first game going to potentially being us? Like,
right.
That's tough.
Exactly. But hold on. So I got to ask you this. So Ohio State, for them to actually win the Natty, they're going to have to go through Tennessee, potentially Oregon, then probably Texas, and then probably Georgia. Your response when you said they were all winnable games. You were a true fan. You were a fan, bro. I got to give it up to you, man.
I mean, I'm just looking at these teams. Like, they've all taken L's with the exception of Oregon. And who got the closest to beating Oregon?
Okay, y'all
looking at us right here. All right, like
Texas
Georgia.
Texas looks a little shaky too.
Texas looks shaky, man. Georgia very beatable, and ain't that QB out? Yeah, very beatable.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So when you first said it, I'm like, my man is a true fan. But now that you're breaking it down,
of the road.
They are. I think it's gonna be a tough game, though. I do think Tennessee's
gonna be a tough game. Like,
but y'all gonna be at the crib.
Yeah, like Tennessee is calm. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, like, I don't think they really like that. Oregon, if we're being honest, that's probably our biggest test right there. And I think they beatable. After Penn State hung in that game the way that they did, after we stomped on Penn State, I was like, yeah, all right.
Yeah. So hold on, would that game be in Oregon or would it be at a neutral site?
I don't know.
I think
probably in Oregon.
Y'all better go back to Eugene again. So I mean,
cool.
we can't move past Tennessee. It depends on what version of Ohio State we're gonna get.
Yeah. We gotta throw that ball, man. Throw that rock, man. Stop playing.
Yeah, you got to. Listen, Ryan Day, just watch the pod, man. Just listen to what Deer and Kev said. Watch.
Step out the way, brother. Like, just step on out the way, brother. I got this. Don't worry, man.
Hold on. Let me start there. Let me stop there for a second. Where's your stance on Ryan Day? Do you want to keep him or do you want to get him? I know we talked about a little bit last pod. Has your stance changed since last week?
All right, so I'll give it to you like this.
Okay.
All right, if we win the Natty, Ryan Day can stay, but Chip Kelly got to go.
Okay.
Anything short of us winning the Natty, I want all of them gone.
You want a clean slate? The defensive coordinator can stay, right?
No. Oh, yeah. Jim Knowles can stay. Jim Knowles, he holding it down. He doing his thing. But I want Deion.
He's not leaving,
Jim Knowles,
man. Deion's not coming to Ohio State, man.
Yeah, I'm saying, we got $20 million NIL budget, baby. You know what I'm saying? It'd be prime time for real. You know what I'm saying? You got any illegitimate kids, man? Bring them on down, baby. What's happening?
Oh, man, you're a fool. Yeah, I don't know if Deion, I don't see that happening, but y'all got to make some noise in these playoffs, man. You got to. Yeah. I think it's getting to the point where I'm not a big Ohio State fan, but I don't like Ohio State being a butt of the jokes. I really don't. I don't like it, man, because I got too much Ohio State gear. I got too many colors. Like Jordan's match too much Ohio State gear. So, like, I don't want nobody putting smut on y'all's name like that, man. Y'all got to get up off that schneid, bro. You know, recruits is disrespecting y'all. Like, you know, transfer portals happening again. It's like, yo,
who leaving, man? Devin Brown and some other guy, like, man, whatever, bro. I mean, Devin Brown, you should go, man. We appreciate your service, man. Or is his name even Devin Brown? I think it is.
You can't even get his name right. So
Number 33. Number 33. He headed the transfer portal, man. We wish you well. You was a good soldier, man. You know what I'm saying? Right. Good luck to you. Right. And then a linebacker, I was like, all right, that's cool. You know, because think about who coming. If you leave and think about who coming in, so somebody you know what really happened? They found out they wasn't getting none of that $20 million.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you what I don't really
for the elite.
I don't really get though. I'm gonna tell you my thoughts off pod because I can't really say what I want to say. I want to keep our corporate connects right now. But I'm gonna tell you, what happened to Aaron Nolan? What happened to that whole thing? Like,
he was redshirt freshman. It's cool.
Oh, he's redshirt. Cool. Okay, so maybe he can come back next year. But I'll tell you my theory.
They got Julian Sayin and then now we got another QB that just committed another 5-star QB. I saw that. The richest. Was that the one that said he's like, yo, you grow up wanting to come to Ohio State. If you don't want to come, we don't want you here, something like that. Yeah.
I forget that kid's name.
Like that.
See, you want that energy. You want that energy at your school, man. So all right, man. I kind of wanted your breakdown on that. But back to what we were saying, the playoffs, I think are going to be a pretty good thing. I think if they let Bama in, I think the world was going to stop. They were going to break stuff if they let Bama.
Bama was terrible. They was trash.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't gonna happen. Miami might have got robbed a little bit, but
yeah. I'm a Florida State fan, so
I was gonna say I know you was probably like,
yeah. I was like, yeah, good for them. Yeah, don't let them in. Don't let them in.
You close the door yourself, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like who cares? Yeah, the you schmoo, get them out of here. Yo, I'm gonna tell you what, man. The NBA's putting a bad product on TV, and I told you this is my theory.
Why you say that? Because teams are good.
No, because they're just awful to watch, man. They're just awful. Like everybody's chucking up threes. That's why I said the key is keeping Ja Morant. My theory is to keep him out of jail. No NBA young boys locked up, so it means no albums are coming out, so he's good to go. There'll be none of that.
There you go.
For Ja, in order for the NBA, like we see the torch with being in Luka's hand, we see it being in Ant-Man's hand, we see it in Wemby's hand. So like there's a core there. We have that, but it's very good when the parity is there. I'm watching games. I'm seeing people just chuck up threes. It's like it's a bad product, man. Like so much so, Kev. There is a whole tournament going on right now that you and I know nothing about. I was today years old when I found out it was like, the second round of the tournament, or whatever. Like, what is this, man? This is like 3D glasses. This is a gimmick that I just don't want no parts of. So they got to fix that, man.
They're having some trouble, like kind of drumming up interest right now. I don't know what the problem is, man. And maybe it's you know, they need to do these tournaments like more throughout or whatever, so that way the whole season doesn't just feel like a long lag. You know what I mean? Because everybody knows like the playoffs are going to be great, but you know, regular season, like who really cares? You're just kind of watching and going through the motions or whatever, and you'll kind of get an idea who the good teams are and you know who's trash or whatever. But you don't really have to see all the. It ain't like the NFL where it's like, listen, Sunday you got to see all these games. You know what I'm saying? You want to know what's went down.
They all mean something, man. They all mean something. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. I think I'm not going to panic too much when it comes to the NBA. I think I got to think that once we get to the playoff time, it'll be good to go. But
we need this new batch of stars to really like turn up though, because it's like, man, like LeBron, clock's ticking. We see what's up, man. Lakers aren't good. I do want LeBron to go to the Warriors. What do you think about that?
I think it's a mutual gain, I think they would be good to go. I don't know if the Warriors are worthy. If he's worthy of going to play with Steph, let me see. I don't want to see that. I really don't.
Can LeBron leave without taking Bronny with him?
Well, they already said it. Kendrick Perkins, because if he said it, it's got to be gospel. He said that if LeBron is to get traded, that Bronny, it'd be a package deal. Bronny would go with him, which is cool. Just treat it like listen, nepotism is real in the world, man. The sooner, buy one get one free. You get both of LeBron. Like, okay, first of all, the other ones in here, we thought it was a buy one get one free, and you said LeBron's. No, we said Bronny. You don't get LeBron, you get Bronny. Then I renege on the whole trade. All right, I renege on the entire trade.
Yeah. Hey, so, man, Bronny had a dope highlight though, man. When they made him give up his seat the other day.
Yes, yeah.
I was like, okay, there we go.
Yeah, heck, he had 16 points the other night in the G League.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
and at the crib,
Yeah, at the
like
crib.
It. Yeah,
at the crib. All right, man. So yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I had to say that it was on my brain to say this guy's trying to make the podcast.
Yeah, I was saying he want a pod bad.
He do want a pod, but yeah, man. The NBA's got to work on that product. They got to put Wemby. I told you, man. The way they fix this, just make all the San Antonio games East Coast time zone. Then I'll watch them more. At least I'll tune in more. I'm not staying up. Me versus West Coast games, bro. I am like 0 for 30. Like just saying, and I'll be like fully engulfed. Like, oh man, I might watch the game. I might, get me a little sparkling water like you have, get a little popcorn. I'm ready to watch the game. Next thing I know, it's morning. Like that's where I'm at with it in life, man.
Yeah, let that popcorn still be in the microwave, my boy.
Oh, for sure. Never make it out. Never make it out. Like, man, I need to do better in my life. Let's have a conversation with me. Like, yeah, something's wrong. All right, man. So last thing we gotta talk about. We gotta talk about these Hove allegations, man.
Ooh, I think we're gonna talk about it. Okay.
Yeah, we have to. We have to because it's been. I'm gonna tell you, the internet's a weird place. Because I've never seen where everyone was kind of waiting for this to happen. Like, oh, Jay-Z's got to be involved. Jaguar Wright said it, so it's got to be true. And this is where I tell you the difference between Hove and the difference between Drake and Diddy. Because not so much of the allegations with Drake, but with Diddy in particular, is immediately people came out to the defense. There's people going through the whole timeline like, hey, I was with Jay that night. Like I was there, like we were actually at a whole other party. Like I don't even understand how this even became a thing. And I'm like, all right, so that's why he's the GOAT. You know what I'm saying?
Like, gotta seem like the whole culture was like, wait, with the exception of academics, it did seem like the whole culture.
We gotta talk about him too. Yeah,
we could definitely talk about that. But everybody else was like, man, I don't know if I believe this. They taking it a step too far. And I mean, it did seem a little weird when I heard it. I was like, that sounds a little far fetched, a little outlandish. But I mean, I don't know. Like, don't. Listen, if he did do anything like that, man.
Oh, for sure. We'll do all his back.
I want him gone. Yeah, I want him gone. Okay, completely. Yeah. But just reading the allegations, it was like, I don't know, man. That was like Puff.
Even
I could see.
No, Puff, but looking at Jay's response though, because Jay even said like, well, first of all, why are you going after a civil suit? Let's get these people some justice.
Yeah.
I'm like, so he's my GOAT. That's fine. That's fine. You know what I mean? He even broke it down like, there was a code I lived by. We didn't sell to certain people. You know what I'm saying? The first thing that got me though when I saw it was like, it came out on a Sunday. Like, this is kind of odd. Did this happen on a Friday and I missed it? Like Kev didn't bring it up to me. I like to think he would tell me stuff like this, and I immediately was going back in my mental Rolodex. So you hear about it on a Sunday that this happened. I'm like, this makes not a lot of sense. You start doing some more research, and the person who is the lawyer who's actually going against him, and then once Jay came out. And then, like I said, it was a barrage of people. But even bringing it all the way full circle with the Drake point I'm saying was that when Drake was getting into it with Kendrick, literally and still to this day, no one has came to Drake's defense. All right, no one has ever come to his defense. I'm talking about not the allegations. I'm talking about just on his side. Period.
Which is like, we got to dial this back because I mean, academics. He's been a loyal OV home, and 50. I'm gonna tell you what, 50 has been. He's been really weird about this whole. I'm like, bro,
very much so.
Why are you in the middle of this? Like,
well, I think 50. First of all, we understand 50 just likes to stir the pot, and he punched Drake in the stomach today because he was like, "Listen, in order for you to keep, you're calling out the things that benefited not like us. Well, you'd have to admit or understand that you benefited from this as well." First of all, "Slime Me Out's" a terrible song. Why was it number one? You know what I'm saying? Like,
that is a good point. That is a good point. You make a good point. Because that song was like, that thing was like a fart in the wind. Like nobody remembers that.
But it was number one. So it makes you think like, okay, that's you benefited from this same product. But hold on, rewind a little bit. So 50 is kind of dialing that back now. And we just know 50 be trolling. Now, your boy Academics, man, he's slowly but surely. He's first of all, he's a Kendrick fan, man. I think that Kendrick was talking about him the whole. He's a fan. He's a fan. He's a fan. So when he put up, did you see how he put up his Spotify top list of the year? And he tried to scroll past it real quick, and he knew like, this is still a video. They're gonna pause this. He had to acknowledge like, they got me. He scrolled back up. Number 1 song of the year. Not like us. Number 3 song. Euphoria. It's like, fam, are you supposed to be my man's? Like, if I'm Drake, I'm like, I don't like this. I don't like this.
I'm like, bro, I wasn't even
interview.
I wasn't even number 2, man. What's up, dog? What's up with you, gang?
But the thing is, even at number 2, it wasn't even close. Like, not like us was like leaps and bounds above the number 2 spot. You know,
there, have a good old time. But listen, I'm gonna tell you what, man. If I'm Drake, I would hit Aqua on the side, like, hey, bro, hey, man, maybe like just chill talking about me a little bit, man. Like, man, just find something else, like, you know what I mean, like, cause you know what I'm saying, you kind of making it worse. I know you think you're making it better, but you kind of making it worse. You making me look worse and worse. And then the lawsuit and all that, which we got a trial date. I remember at first they were like, it's just going to be a petition or whatever. It's not a lawsuit, but y'all going to court. So I'm interested to know. And then somebody from OVO talking about some, hey, listen, if something happens to him in a boating accident, just know that he doesn't even like boats.
Look, man, this is where I hate the internet, man, because everyone's came out, he's the same thing that Michael Jackson did, and this is what's going on. I'm like, you know what? I hate it here. I really do. Like I like Drake. I like his music too.
Me too.
The thing that he was going to say, like, I mean, charting wise, selling wise, like Michael, a bigger pop star. He's as much of a pop star as a Michael Jackson in this time of the day. But now I got to look at it as funny in the light, because Mike didn't have the bots. You know what I'm saying? He had Quincy Jones. He didn't have any of that stuff. So now I gotta wonder if any, like, you asked me a question the other day. You said, "Yo, have you listened to any Drake this year?" And I had to really sit back and say, "No, I really haven't." And I think, and I call myself a fan of him, but I gotta be honest with you, Kev. I think some of this stuff
the product for years.
I haven't you know that well. Anybody? I love singing Drake. That's what I like. I like the melodic. Basically everything Kendrick said. But if I gotta be honest with you, bro, I started looking at a lot of the stuff he's put out, and like, it sounds funny in the light. Teenage Fever don't hit the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of those other songs, just like, I don't know, man. But even bigger than that, though, it's just like, I never believed Tough Drake. So that whole part of it, I just kind of wiped out.
That was fun. Like, listen, I didn't need to believe him for the raps to sound cool. It was like, all right, it's like Tough Kanye. I don't think Kanye is a tough guy.
No, Kanye
he didn't really rap tough though either.
No, he didn't. But hold on, I got a good question to ask you. Does Drake have classic albums? A classic album? And if so, which ones?
Take care. And if you're reading this, hey, listen, man, he put his name on it. I can't. Listen, I just created the homework, man.
This is what I call cat with you. This seriously. This is something that we have to really kind of take as Drake fans, though, right? Take Care was a weekend project, to the point where I didn't realize this. Now, this is why I started going down a rabbit hole. Some of those songs that were on Take Care were literally Abel's songs. He literally just gave them to Drake. Drake sung them. Can we say that is anywhere, like, that's his music? If it was someone else's song,
he put his name on the album, man. I counted for him, man. Quentin wrote what feels like 90% of If You're Reading This.
Exactly.
Drake put his name on it. It's Drake album.
I can't.
He paid for it. It's his product. Okay.
I can't, Cam. I can't give it a classic stamp. Both albums I enjoyed. I didn't really care for it, If You're Reading This, but some of that was going down the tough talking trapper Drake lane I didn't like. But I will say I enjoyed it.
Does it at least make you feel better knowing that he wasn't actually the one writing these things?
Well, no. And the reason why is I think he bought into it. I think he believes it, Kev. Like, he believes it at this point. You know? So,
I mean, like, listen. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, when you was playing Wukong, man, you probably thought you could do karate too. You was buying into it too.
I did. Huh? Hey, I told you I was going board. So no, but I always knew my wheelhouse. I wasn't gonna go out there and start challenging monks. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't gonna go out there and do that. You gonna catch me out there trying to fight Bolo Yang, because that's what he did. He went out here and thought that his fans let him down, and that's what he thought about going to go play in the ring with Kendrick. Like, I think the Fanatics what made this bad, man. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
The Fanatics made it bad.
Well, but what the real problem was, man, was that this was a battle and a conversation of a very talented performer versus a very talented artist. And those are two different things, man. Like, and, I can understand both sides of it. It's like, man, on Kendrick's side or whatever, as a pure artiste, you know what I'm saying, where you like really pour your heart into your craft, where you be looking at this guy like, man, why do you even have fans? Like, bro, you just singing karaoke. Like, I don't understand. Like, bro, I'm really out here changing the culture. But that's also the reason why people ride for Kendrick the way that they ride for Kendrick. Like the people who ride for Drake, it feels like they only really ride for Drake because they don't want to feel uncool because, you know, Drake is being viewed as uncool. So for them, it's like, man, Drake is my identity. This is how I fit in. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can relate to a lot of people like this, man. It casts a big net. So now if this is uncool, I feel uncool or whatever.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of people, where the Kendrick fans, it's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, Kendrick fans tend to be more cerebral listeners. So it's more of like, hey man, like, listen, I appreciate the art. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're going to respect the beauty in this. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is art, you know what I'm saying? And I put my stamp on this. So it was just two different crowds. And like the Drake fans were a little bit fair weather. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
yeah, no, they were. They definitely flipped because Acton flipped. But even bigger than that, and I said this to you the other day, and I think this, and I thought of a lot of Drake fans. For some reason, your mom popped in my head because I know she be trying to hold her torch. Fan. I know, but I think they were. but that the reason why I thought of her, because this is where the problem lies. I think that people that are Kendrick fans are hip hop fans, right? Yeah, people that are Drake fans are Drake fans. They're not fans of hip hop. They're just Drake fans. You know what I mean? So they're just fans. Dang. See, I can't let you get that off because I think Eminem is hip hop.
Eminem is himself hip hop. But his fans are not necessarily like I've met a lot of like Eminem fans who are not fans of hip hop. They just like Eminem, and I mean, you know, it'd be you know.
Well, okay. To that point, though, if you are a fan of Eminem, you kind of almost have to be a fan of hip hop because Eminem makes boom bap hip hop music. But I get it that you might not like that saying. Okay.
Yeah, because it's like, man, like it's a lot of Eminem fans that you be like, hey, man, oh, you like Eminem? Like, well, hey, you might like MF Doom. They like, what is this trash? You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
Yeah, it's like,
that's
man,
a very good point.
They just like listening to Eminem, and like that kind of matches their aesthetic, and it makes them feel cool and edgy or whatever. And that's not taking anything away from Eminem, because Eminem is a very talented MC artist. Like, who his fan base isn't his own fault, but you know what I mean? Like, he does benefit greatly because, you know, hey, it is what it is. A lot of his fans aren't necessarily fans of hip hop. They're just fans of Eminem because, you know, Eminem is in hip hop.
Okay, you brought it home because I was a little worried when you said that, but no, that makes perfect sense. But I think that is what the problem is with Drake, and I think that he didn't understand that. And some of it is just his self-reflection of knowing, like, man, my fans are really like fans of me. They're really fans of hip hop. Because when you compare the two and you look at, okay, one's a pop star and one's a lyricist, you know, like, he should have known, like, I shouldn't have gotten to this battle with this guy.
Yeah, and I mean, I think a lot of that. I mean, I don't know. It's one of the things like where Drake was just good at capturing the sound. He never said it though. Like, Drake was never responsible for whatever the next sound or whatever the next push in hip hop was going to be.
Because he was singing, man. He was out here being
He was just amplifying that sound. So once the purists had picked out, like, okay, yeah, this is new, this is fresh or whatever, he was like, okay, bet. You know what I'm saying? Bring it to the masses, bring it to the forefront, and you know what I'm saying? Put the big production behind it, put the machine behind it. Which, hey man, that's a talent in itself. Like, I'm not here to discredit Drake, because I like a lot of Drake's music, and I, you know what I'm saying? Like, that is a talent in itself. It's just that, you know, as a hip hop purist or whatever, I also understand, like, hey man, like, listen, being able to come up with different flows, different cadences, your rhyme schemes, you know, your double entendres, all of that stuff is very important to me as a listener. But for most people, man, like, they just want to listen casually, and Drake is the best of the casuals. Okay. Of casual listening, Drake is the GOAT. Right? And that is an immense talent. I'm not like,
and that's not shade.
That's not shade.
If you are gonna deliver shade, it's to Kev. Okay. That is, if you would GamesMusicLyfe at gmail.com, send it to attention Kev. All right.
Listen, I'm not shading because, like, man, like, listen, it is hard to be, you know, to be the median, or like kind of the consensus, or to kind of gather the consensus of, you know, the masses. But it's like, yo, it's easy to digest. Everybody can get it, everybody can play along or whatever, and, you know, it's hip, it's fun, you know, hey, whatever. But again, it's like the purist in me is like, yo, no, I really love this culture. This culture means something to me. I grew up with it. Like, man, you know, I love different pieces. I love Yasin Bey just as much as I love, you know, Eminem. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Or just an artist like that, man. Like MF Doom is just as important to me in hip hop as Drake is. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I love the genre. You know what I mean? But that ain't the case for everybody. Like I said, every Eminem fan ain't a rap fan. They're an Eminem fan. Just like every Drake fan ain't a hip hop fan. They're a Drake fan, and that's cool.
That's a great. Okay, you bring it home. But I'm gonna tell you the thing that got me was just kind of talking through it. It was all in plain sight, man. And like I just said that Take Care was a Weekend album, and then if you're reading this, it was a Quentin Miller album. So much so I start going down rabbit holes. I'm like, man, I can't. I got it. I wanted to go to bat for Drake, right? And then one dude broke it down to me so perfectly when he talked about, if you're reading this. First of all, when Drake was saying from the 6, do you know that was Zone 6? Quentin Miller is from Atlanta. So he was talking about Zone 6. Drake was even singing the ad libs. Then he tried to spin it and said, oh, we call Toronto the 6. I looked it up. No one called Toronto the 6 before Drake did it. He literally was just so with that being said.
I like it, man. Like that's influence, man. That's influence. I gotta respect it. You know what I mean? Like man's just hey, he just covered that right on up. Like ain't no problem.
No, he was like just doing he was singing the ad libs. You know what I'm saying? To the songs.
You know, that actually might make a lot more sense why Kendrick is doing 2 shows in Toronto back to back. That was like, finally somebody sees us. You know what I'm saying? This guy, you don't know what he's been doing up here, just causing complete chaos.
Just causing a muck. Get him out of here. Get this casual up. I mean, it seems like everybody is sick of him. Do you see his ops list? The 50
I did see that. Now that was funny.
We weren't on
that
there.
Was funny.
It was in alphabetical order.
Okay? Not yet. We might be.
We might be after this.
Listen, they thumb was covering up a section. We might have been in that section, which I don't even want no smoke. I'm not an op. I'm not an op, man. I like Drake music.
Listen, Aubrey, I know it may sound like it. I'm a fan, man. I really am. I mean, you weren't in my top 10 for the year either, but you know, whatever.
It's cool. It's always next year. You understand?
It is always next year.
It's all good. And like, listen, the battle for me, it was all, you know what I'm saying? It was competition or whatever, but at the end of the day, it's all good. Like, you know what I'm saying? I hate Michigan.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that's kind of the end of it. Like,
I was about to say, what does he want to say?
I can't. I was gonna be like, man, but I root for him if it's the Big Ten. But no, I won't.
No, you won't. I wouldn't even let you get that lie off.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even let you get that lie off.
But see,
man.
I don't feel that way about Drake. Boom. There you go. I brought it home.
Okay, but like, if you listen to GNX, and I know Drake listened to GNX, you're like, all right, man.
Everybody listened to it. Sold 130,000 this year. This week. This week 3.
It could be any random point of the day. I'm like, man, just like, yo, man, you know, turn his TV off. I'm saying to the dogs, like I'm whispering to them, like I'm going to go get groceries, you know, like
quit quote what you want because I'm watching it.
And it was a layup. It's so bad. I went back and saw the snippet that he put out to kind of usher the album. I want that song to come out like that. He was about to get in his bag during that.
Yeah. Go body for body. I hand you a body. I'm probably a better masseuse. Like, yes, I need it. Put it out. We want that. We want that one right there.
Whoop the feet. Kendrick. That colonizer out of here. All right, man.
We're making the ops list now. See,
I know.
We were doing good. We're making the ops list now.
We're going to. We're definitely. All right, man. You got anything else, bro?
Nah, man. That's it, man.
All right, man. Let's get up out of here. But yo, beautiful people. This is Nadir.
This Kev.
And yo, we are Games Music Life. This was the Games Music Life podcast, episode 361. Drink more water, people.
Peace.
Peace.